NFL Sunday making its debut for the 2025-2026 season. Could not be happier. We do have a big game for our Lions. As you can tell, me and Ethan are Michigan boys, big Detroit Lions fans, different college fans, but big Lions fans. What are you laughing at over there?
You're cracking me up.
Okay. I thought, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's Ethan's recovering from a wedding. I'm recovering from taking a bath at the toaster last night after the Michigan game. So we're both a little fried internally. But again, NFL is back. We are excited for this game. Again, big game for the Lions and Packers. That is a 4 p.m. game. Again, big news there, divisional news. We have Michael Parsons on the Packers. We have, again, just a big rivalry game. We have a fantastic Sunday night game tonight with Bills-Ravens. Then we have a couple other matchups today, especially at the 1 o'clock that I am keeping my eye on, and some games that might be worth a bet for me. But again, we basically, the way this live goes is please comment whatever games or fantasy talk you want to talk about. But me and Ethan basically go through each game and kind of just pick each other's brains and see if we align or disagree. And ultimately that kind of helps us determine what we're going to bet and what we're going to not. But not going to allow them to be straight up honest with you. After Michigan's loss last night, I went to the board. Late last night. And guess what? I landed on Hawaii. I didn't take it. I had some restraint. I did not bet the midnight Hawaii game, but I have played some NFL bets. And fortunately, I think we agree on all of them. So that's the good news. The bad news is I didn't wait for our Sunday live to talk it over, but that's okay. Ethan, let me stop blabbering here. I am kind of in a pissy mood, but how are you? Happy Sunday. Happy week 1 NFL. Got great times. We need to be happy. Great times. And also congratulations. Not the cleanest game, but overtime win. Michigan State.
Needed it for the over 5.5 season wins. Also looking at their schedule, I'm like, after Youngstown State.
Did not need it for the under.
Did not, but under was cooked before we went there. So I was very happy that the OT did not blow the under. But no, I was just laughing because obviously a bit of a rough night for you there. And then you come on and say I couldn't be happier, which just was
I mean, laugh, that's just inside the brain of Wyatt. It's fog in there. Circuits aren't clicking.
Yep. Well, yeah, circuits aren't clicking for me either because, like you said, had the wedding. Oddly hungover for how I don't feel like I got that drunk last night, but maybe I did. I don't know. But yeah, looking forward to NFL. Wish I was feeling a little bit better. This is what I was trying to avoid yesterday, so I could feel extremely pumped for the NFL season starting, which I am, but just a little stinger upstairs. So we'll get through it. Like you said, happy thoughts. Yeah, only one bet placed so far today. I'm sure once we're done here, that will change. Definitely some leans, definitely some props I'm looking at. And then, just yesterday, 2-2. So still losing money on the laying the juice there in college football, but kind of just riding the wave of even. So I'll take that from where I was last year to now. It was a complete slaughterhouse last year, 2 weeks into college football. So I guess that's a win. But yeah, hopefully NFL starts off. Well, it already did start off better with Dallas plus 8.5. Yeah, hoping today goes well.
Yeah. Again, please remind me to not bet totals today. I have 2 terrible total losses, and that is the over in Green Bay on Thursday night had 41 points in the first, 3 points in the second, under hits. Then I had the under in the Chargers. And again, it was probably the right football play. But the Chiefs kick a field goal to ultimately put that over or that under as a loser. And again, you kind of wish they would go for the touchdown there, but I get the coaching decision. You kick the field goal, you're down by 7 or 8, and then go for the onside, I guess, get points while you can. It's a two-score game regardless. But yeah, please remind me not to bet the totals today. I want to start before we get into the games. I have 3 1-unit touchdown player props. I know you're not as big of a prop guy as I am. I get absolutely suckered by Vegas. I'm Vegas's biggest friend when it comes to parlays and props. I got 3 touchdown scores, 2 that I love. 1, I think the value is really good, and I kind of have fallen in love with it as well. I got to go to my boy. I've drafted him in 2 out of my 3 leagues way too early. in all three leagues, I was either in the front of the draft or the back of the draft. So I had wide gaps between picks. So I just didn't know if I was going to be able to get this guy by the time I would come back up because I was, 23 picks away. So I took a shot on him way too early, which is why I got a terrible draft grade. But I have Tet McMillan. Is that his last name? Yeah, Tet
Yep.
McMillan for the Panthers to score a touchdown today against the Jaguars. He's plus 180. I'm super high on Tet. I'm very high on Bryce. And if you haven't been following Better in Green at all, you know me and Ethan do love our Panthers. Last year was not the greatest Panther betting season, but I do think we see a bounce back for the Panthers. Or like we said on our Better in Green NFL predictions, we said if this might be the end of Bryce Young if he can't pull it together. But I have Tet to score, and then I'm going to that Pittsburgh and New York Jets game, and I'm taking Justin Fields to score out of revenge there. Brees Hall, I mean, they have Brees Hall, they have Braylon Allen, who's that absolute bruiser. But Brees is like plus 160 to score, and Allen's way above that. And I'm just going to take a shot on Fields. I think he scored 2 touchdowns in the preseason on the ground. And did he play? I think that's right. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know he scored at least 1. I think he scored 2. But I love Fields today. It's plus 235. Plus, I boosted it. 50% boost of plus 346 for Justin Fields to score against his old team, kind of the Steelers. And then I do have my plus 500, kind of the lottery pick, touchdown score of the day, and it's in the Bengals Browns game. Now, the sharp play is the Browns. We're going to talk about the games here in a second. Sharp play is the Browns. I don't know how the Browns cover this game, but they have Joe Flacco at QB. They have Jerome Ford at running back, who's like plus 150 to score. Obviously, Jerry Jeudy, I think, is going to get a lot of touches today. But Joe Flacco, old man, we saw him on the Colts last year, finding Ali Cox multiple times for touchdowns. And that dude's like 37 years old, tight end. I think that guy had 3 touchdowns last year. So I'm going another tight end for the Browns. And it's not going to be Njoku. It's going to be what I think is one of the more interesting tight ends, rookie tight ends in the league. And that's Harold Fannin from Bowling Green, an absolute menace last year in college. I'm taking him to score against the Bengals at plus 500. And those are my 3 touchdown props for the day. Do you have anything to say on those, or do you have any touchdown props before we get into the games?
I like it. Fannin completely under my radar, but I know Bengals were terrible against tight ends last year. Obviously, Njoku, the number 1 guy. I know when Flacco was with the Browns prior, I know him and Njoku had a really nice connection. So I don't know if that's an Njoku thing or maybe just a tight end thing. So I like that one. I absolutely love that Fields play. My only fear is I like the under quite a bit in that game, so I don't think you're getting a ton of touchdowns, but obviously that helps the line at where it is too, So, yeah, I could absolutely see Fields scoring. I just kind of like Braylon Allen too. But in a low-scoring game, you're not going to take 2 touchdown scores.
Do you have his odds?
It was like 310, I think.
Oh, God. For the bruiser? God,
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, 310 on DraftKings. And then, yeah, definitely don't hate that. I lean Panthers in that game, I think. I don't know why Jacksonville's getting so much love this offseason. I don't even know if it's necessarily the offseason, but just leading up to this game, I just feel like people are just rinse and repeat. They just think Jacksonville every single season, this is the year that they're going to win the division and get back to the AFC Championship that they were at, I don't know, 7-8 years ago. But, yeah. Got enough on rant. My brain is foggy.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Jacksonville 2 years ago had a great season. Everyone picked them then to win their really crappy division, and they, I think, finished 3rd, maybe 2nd, but they sucked in a very bad division. Coach got fired, new coach, obviously. Yeah, I'm not super high on Jacksonville. But anyway, so let's get into the 1 p.m. slate. And again, for those watching, if you do want us to jump to a game, please let us know in the comments, or if you have player prop predictions that you want us to talk about or fantasy questions to talk about, please let us know in the comments. We're happy to help and happy to answer and happy to have you guys engage. Let's get into, I'm just going to go on the DraftKings board here, and I love this game. I know you love this game. We have the Giants at the Commanders. Commanders are a 6-point favorite, over under 45.5. like I said, I've locked in some bets already last night. Probably not the smartest idea, but I've locked in some early, and this is a game that I have locked in, and I have taken the Giants. Glad I took it last night. It was plus 6.5 last night, so I took the Giants at the plus 6.5. This is a game I think the Giants potentially win outright. I am fading the hell out of the Commanders. I know they're a very hot team in the public guys. I know they're a very hot team in the future market. I mean, great year last year. I'm not going to down their year. Obviously, Jaden Daniels had a fantastic rookie season, but now we have a whole year of film on them. We know what they're going to do. We know their players. We know their schemes. I think people are going to start figuring them out. And the Giants, I mean, the Giants aren't going to be great, but I think the Giants are going to be a little gritty this year. Russell Wilson, obviously, a very experienced quarterback, definitely on the downfall of his or the end of his career. But again, a very good quarterback. You have Tyrone Tracy, who I think is a very underrated back. Malik Neighbors is up there for one of the top 10 receivers in the league. I think the Giants keep this one close. Like I said, I think they win it outright, but I did take the New York Giants plus 6.5 against the Commanders. How about you?
Yeah, I lean there for sure. And all throughout the week, this was going to be one of my 3 official plays for today, but I'm getting a little scared off. I feel like they're getting a little public, which I don't know if I should let that scare me. I'm trying not to worry too much about Sharp and public sides, which, I think they took Sharp money. I just don't really know. I still love. I don't know, because I think the Giants have a shot to win outright too. I think the Commanders, for me, they're a fade team this year. They're the oldest roster in the NFL. Like you said, Jane Daniels, he's more than likely going to have that sophomore slump. I don't think he can be what he was last year. Now they're kind of a circled opponent for teams that, they had the benefit of being the hunters last year. Now they're the hunted. Yeah, I like the Giants. Russell Wilson is, he's old. He's had terrible years the last few years, but he's still, he's. I prefer him in this spot other than Jackson Dart maybe, because if Russ gets down 10 points, he's not going to go for a miracle play, try to get him back. He's going to be meticulous and been there, done that before. I don't think he's going to really struggle in terms of turnovers. So yeah, I like the Giants. I have not placed it yet. That is the one I'm just kind of sitting on right now.
Yeah, and there's a lot that I like out here, and I know the bets that I'm going to stay away are going to be the winners, and the ones that I choose are going to be the losers. I'm too much in my head here, and again, there's a lot that I like, and unfortunately, the Giants I have locked it in. So again, take it with a grain of salt. I don't have a whole lot of confidence in my bets, but I did lock in the Giants. Like I said, I think they win outright. They're probably one of my favorite dogs to win outright this week. Let's go to another game that I ultimately have stayed away from, but I definitely could get some convincing, but I probably should stay away. We have the Bengals at the Browns. The Browns are a 5.5-point home dog, over under 47.5. Again, I think there's a sharp bet in this game. It's just whether or not you want to start backing this team to cover as a dog. That's the question. But Ethan, if it's the Browns, right? I mean, if you're gonna bet it, I would take the Browns. I would not touch Cincy at all. With that being said, Cincy's probably could easily win by 2-3 touchdowns in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if they blow them out. They should blow them out. But the Browns, I think, is the right play. It's ultimately a bet that I'm gonna stay away from. I made too many mistakes last year back in really bad teams like Cleveland, like Carolina, and just didn't pay off. But I think I'm gonna stay off of it. But I have a very, very heavy lean taking the Browns in this game.
Yeah, I'll throw Tennessee on that list from last year too, which was a team that I just could not help myself from betting. But yeah, this year I think what I'm trying to do is pick 3 or 5 teams each week and almost just power rank them, my 3 to 5 worst teams in the NFL, and just not bet them. And right now it's Cleveland. And honestly, I probably would back Cleveland if the Bengals had they had better starts historically in week 1, and if they had a better start to the season last year, if they would have maybe made the playoffs last year after starting so bad and having that huge push. I just think there's so much emphasis for them on we cannot fall asleep at the wheel here. We need to come out, get a win early in a game that we need to win. I mean, the Bengals can't hardly afford to lose to the Browns week 1. I know it's on the road. I know it's divisional, but after how last year went, they just cannot afford that. So that is my fear here, and that's what's going to keep me off. But I think everything sets up nicely for Cleveland. I like same thing with Russell Wilson. You get with Joe Flacco. You get the better defense for sure. I guess my fear is I think they're going to be a run-heavy team, and obviously if the Bengals go up 14 points, you're going to have to kind of abandon that and let Joe Flacco do everything. But yeah, I mean, no way I would bet the Bengals. I think it's Cleveland or pass, and I'm just going to pass because I just think Cincy has a ton of urgency to come out here and at least win this game.
Yeah, I think that's a smart move. Like I said, if you have extra money in your account, if you won some bets yesterday, I think that it's maybe worth a shot on Cleveland, but you're going to be hating yourself. I know I would be if the Bengals do what they're supposed to do and win this game by 17 points. So yeah, I think it's a good idea that we pass on that one. But like I said, the sharp play, the respected bettors are on the Browns. Go ahead.
I will say the over is enticing, 47.5, but I don't know. It seems too easy.
Don't talk me into totals.
Yeah,
please.
Yeah, no, not even on the board. They just took it off. It's gone.
Comment from Ben. Are you the guys that started our predictions 2-0? We are 2-0. We both took Chargers plus 3.5. They won outright. We took the Cowboys plus 8.5. They lose by 4. So we are currently on our show again. We have predictions on every single game, in-depth predictions on every single game. Currently 2-0. So if you need, go ahead.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, you're good.
Ben, I'm already salivating at Kansas City for next week, so we'll just put that out there. Nice spot.
Ben also says top 10 ABL just after 3 days plus 4 units last night. Let's go, Ben Bob. That's awesome, my man. Moving down the slate, another game that I absolutely love, and I do have a bet on it. Another team that I think can win as an underdog. We have the Steelers at the Jets. Again, 2 revenge games here. Aaron Rodgers was on the Jets for the last 2 seasons, and Fields is on the Steelers last year. So revenge spot for both quarterbacks. Again, they don't have much tenure at their previous team, but a very interesting game. And the Jets are a 3-point dog. Over under is 37.5. Not gonna lie to you. I like Justin Fields today. He's one of my touchdown scorers. Like I said, I'm on the Jets. I took the Jets plus 3. I think the Jets very well can win this game outright. I was high on the Steelers in our AFC preseason talk. I have rightfully convinced myself off of these Steelers. So I love the Jets. I think the Jets win this game outright. Give me them plus 3. It is a bet I have locked in. How about you?
Yeah, I have. I did the solo game breakdown on this video, but obviously it starts in an hour, so yeah, I'll just go for it. Jets is my play. I've locked in Jets plus 3. Absolutely love it. Think they went outright. I'm gonna also play the money line. I have a 100% boost on DraftKings, so I'm just kind of waiting, seeing if public money pushes that up a little bit more. Also, pretty weird that the money line is plus 130 when the spread is 3. That should be closer to 145, I think. So I think that's a little bit telling, but yeah, I absolutely love the Jets. I think Fields is my preferred quarterback than Rodgers right now in this very day and age. I think, everyone's talking about Aaron Rodgers' return. No one's talking about it's Justin Fields' revenge game too. And then just, all the pieces. The Jets just, I feel like their talent just doesn't get talked about, but like Breece Hall is a really good running back, and Allen. Obviously Garrett Wilson can be a top receiver. They have a nice O-line, even though Vera Tucker is out, which kind of hurts, but I like their defense. Now they have a defensive-minded coach who should be able to make that defense even better than what it's been the last few years. And yeah, I want to fade Pittsburgh, all the hype around Rodgers. Tomlin and Rodgers, I think, both have I guess egos. I guess strong egos, and I just don't think it's going to mesh. Maybe ever, but definitely not early in the season. You add DK Metcalf, you lose Pickens, you lose Najee. It's just a lot of moving pieces going on. They have a very young O-line. Defensively, you get Ramsey in there, but you lose Minka. It's just so many splashy moves in the offseason that we hardly ever see work out. And especially week one, where you're on the road, you're laying points, you have all these new guys who have never played a true down of football. Rodgers had no snaps in the preseason, so he's not played even a down of any sort of football for the Steelers. Just a terrible spot for Pittsburgh. They're also public as hell, obviously. So yeah, I love the Jets +3. Again, taking the money line as well, going to boost that up. I think to +260. That's going to come out to. And honestly, if I were, well, maybe smart, I feel like I should just put all the units that I'm considering on other teams, just throw it on the Jets +3 and see how it goes, because I love that play. I probably won't do that. I'll play it cautiously and then kick myself when they win by 14. But yeah, I think the Jets +3 is my favorite play of the day for sure.
I love it. I love it. You heard it here first. Jets outright. A couple of these other games we can skip over that just aren't as good. For example, our next game up, we have Arizona at New Orleans. Cardinals are a 6-point road favorite, over under 44.5. I don't have a bet in this game. I think the Saints are going to be absolute trash. If you were to bet this game, my only advice to bet this game or to play this game would be to start James Conner in your fantasy leagues. I think he's going to at least score a touchdown. I think he's going to, get you somewhere between 15 to 20 points in fantasy. I think he's a great running back start. I know he's not one of those really good backs, but if you're debating a flex position, I think James Conner is an excellent flex today. But yeah, no bet for me. I think Arizona rolls, but again, I don't really want to bet this game. I don't really want to watch this game. So yeah, do you have anything worthwhile for Arizona and New Orleans?
Yeah, not really. I saw Kyler came up on the injury report today because he's sick, but he's still playing. So, if they get up enough, they might put in their backups. But obviously, you're going to cover a touchdown if you're up enough to take out Kyler. You're covering way more than a touchdown. Yeah, that's really all I'll add there. I think they roll as well. I would not play the Saints +6. Even though the Saints started 2-0 last year, put up over 90 points, I think, in their first two games combined, and then shit the bed from there. Of course, I faded them both those games, but I agree with James Conner, but I think as the year goes on, I think Trey Benson is going to be the guy. He was kind of my fantasy late pick this year that I'm feeling pretty good about. But yeah, I would look to play just about anybody on your fantasy team if they start for the Arizona Cardinals today.
Yeah, I made the mistake last year of picking Rashid Shaheed off of waivers after his first 2 weeks. The dude was wide receiver 1 2 weeks into the season, and then yeah, the Saints collapsed. He collapsed. I think he got injured too. So I definitely fell for the hype early. But yeah, a game I'm not going to bet. I'm not going to even watch. I don't even know how many times it's going to pop up on Red Zone. Hopefully a couple times for James Conner touchdowns. But yeah, it's a crap game. A game that is next, and I didn't realize was this sharp from the money to bets percentages on Pickett. This is the biggest discrepancy between the money and the bets, which I guess it flew under my radar. But this is the Bucks and the Falcons. Tampa Bay is a 1.5-point favorite on the road. Divisional game. Over under is 47.5. From what I'm seeing, heavy money coming in on the Falcons. I'm seeing a lot of respected bettors backing the Falcons. And again, last night, Wyatt, in piss after a terrible Michigan performance, bought into it. And Wyatt is taking, that is me, is taking the Falcons. I got them at +2.5. And I think the Falcons win outright. I know this is one of the few games we're very seeing the board kind of the same between me, you, and Ben in NFL Week 1. But this was a game that we had a couple of discrepancies on. I took Falcons. Are you going to bet this game? Do you have a read on this game? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm glad you took Falcons. I thought you were setting up there to say you took Tampa, and I definitely lean Atlanta. Yeah, I heard that. I actually just heard this morning before we hopped on from the guy that went 20-0 yesterday, or at least had 20 wins. But he said that in the summer, Tampa took sharp money, and then they came back in and bought Atlanta. So basically, what I think happened is they put money down to move that line up to 2.5, then to come back and put more money down because they really actually wanted Atlanta. So yeah, I think Atlanta's the play. divisional home dog week 1, obviously a great angle. Home dog week 1, great angle. Yeah, Tampa, I mean, they're going to regress at some point. It's probably this year. I think Atlanta is live to win that division. I think I'm kind of a Penix guy. I think, well, pause. Uh, I think Penix is going to do really well. I think he'll start out. There's not a ton of film on him. There's obviously a little bit from the last few games last year, but I think he's coming in a little bit under the radar, a little bit slept on. And yeah, I think Atlanta, again, they kind of built a good team there centered around Kirk Cousins, similarly to what the Jets did around Aaron Rodgers. Just because the quarterback's gone, they still have a ton of talent across the board. So yeah, I think I'm not going to bet it, but I think Atlanta is definitely the side, especially that you got the plus 2.5. Very good
I-
teaser leg too.
Great teaser leg. Again, don't love totals. I should not bet totals. My buddy just took the over of this game. I don't hate it. Tampa Bay's defense is down. I think the Falcons' offense is going to be up. But again, I'm not going to get involved on totals. I'm keeping myself honest. I do have a personal fantasy question in a league that I am going to be absolutely terrible in. So I need to take some risk because my roster, I didn't have, it's a keeper league and we trade draft picks and do all that crap. I had 3 top 5 draft or 3 first round or sorry, top 5 round picks, a third round, a 5th round. So I have absolutely no one on my team. I didn't have a first rounder, didn't have a second rounder, didn't have a 4th rounder. My team sucks. Terrible. So I have Mike Evans and we have a double flex. It's only an 8-man league, so we have a double flex. I'm debating it. So the question is Mike Evans or Jerry Jeudy? Mike Evans is super safe, but I feel like I might need to take some risks. Flacco loves his little speed guys. Cincinnati's secondary's crap. I think I got to play Mike, but
Yeah.
I'm tempted for, I don't know. Like I said, I need to take some crazy managerial moves.
Yeah, I would play Mike for 2 reasons. One, dude, I can just not get behind Jerry Jeudy. I don't know why. He's just never. I know last year he had like a ton of really good games, but he's similar to me to like Drake London, where I know he's very good. He's the guy that both those teams are going to be going to, but for some reason I don't see them as some dominant receiver. Also, I think Mike Evans. I think just this year for some reason, everyone's just starting to like, okay, he's done, But it's like he's had 1,000 yards every single year. Last year he barely got there, but I feel like we're just like writing him off. Like, okay, there's 0% chance he's going to be good this year when he's not shown to slow down whatsoever. So I would play Mike. Jeudy probably goes for 30, but yeah.
I think Mike's the right answer.
Yeah.
But I just need to get a little risky in some of my managerial stuff. But yeah, it's probably not a game I want to mess around with Jeudy. But yeah, like you said, he probably goes off for 30. Another game that I really want to bet, but one thing that's keeping me off, well, 2 things keeping me off it. It's the Carolina Panthers, and they're at Jacksonville. The second thing keeping me off of it is the spread has moved in Jacksonville's favor by an entire point since we recorded on Wednesday. This is now a Jacksonville home favorite of 4.5 points against the Panthers, over under 45.5. Like I said, I love the Panthers. I lost a lot of money on Carolina last year. This is a game I'm not going to bet. I do have Carolina circled here. I do have money on Carolina. I've respected bettors that I follow on Carolina, big respected bettors that I follow on Carolina. I'm not gonna take them week 1, even though I love this spot. I don't know why the line's moved an entire point, probably because Jacksonville's low public, but it's just one of those games. Again, 16 games, or I guess we only have 14 games now. It just doesn't seem like something I want to put myself through week 1 back in Carolina this early, even though I really think they win the game outright. Like I said, I do have a touchdown prop in this game with Ted McMillan. I think Carolina is going to be back. I think Jacksonville is still going to struggle, but I can't get myself there on Carolina.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. And I think that number moved. Was it still 3.5 last night? Do you recall?
I don't remember.
Okay. I think it moved overnight and this morning. So, yeah, we talked a little bit before, or or maybe that was on here. Dude, I'm foggy as hell, but I don't even know I don't even know where I was going. Pass.
Okay, pass. Good. Good.
God, I don't even know where I was just heading with that.
Another game I have circled here, but I really want to take the other bet. I'm seeing sharp money. I'm seeing respected bettors on the Raiders, who are a 2.5 point dog on the road against the Patriots. I'm high on these Pats. I'm very high on the Pats. I don't think enough people are high enough on the Pats, so that's the only thing making me think they could potentially be the winner of this game and cover the spread. But like I said, money coming in on the Raiders, respected bettors that I follow on the Raiders. So ultimately, I'm going to unfortunately have to pass, but I really still am going to hold true to my thought process that the Patriots roll in this game. I mean, their win total, they had 3 wins last year. Now their win total, what is it, 8.5 or 9.5, something like that. They're going to have to win these games, and you're at home against the Raiders, and you're a very small dog. Where are the wins going to come from, Ben? You know, like it doesn't get much easier than hosting the Raiders. So that's my thought process. I think Patriots roll. I do have a couple touchdown parlays. I think Drake May is a definite opportunity to get into the end zone. Obviously, any of the Patriots wide receivers, because they're all trash, are great odds. I don't think the Raiders defense is that great. So if you want to take a shot on Demario Douglas, I wouldn't take Diggs, but their other, I forget their other, again, they have no name wide receivers. But yeah, I mean, I want to take the Patriots, but I'm seeing sharps on Raiders. How about you?
Yeah, I like the Raiders. I think the Raiders win outright. I don't like it enough to take the 2.5, but I'm considering this as a teaser leg. Maybe. That would be my best look at it.
Ooh, I don't hate that.
Yeah.
Like a
Get it
eight
up
and a
to
half.
8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think I would do it with Chicago
I
on
love
Monday
Chicago
night.
on Monday. I already locked them in plus one, or yeah, plus 1.5, plus 2.5. Chicago.
Yeah. I think I'm going to take Chicago in a teaser. I don't know if I'm going to pair it with Atlanta, possibly Vegas, or possibly maybe the next game we get into. But yeah, that's the way I would look.
God,
Vegas
I do
and
like
a
that.
teaser. But yeah, and I just think, like you said, so much hype around the Patriots this year. I just need to see it. It's still, yeah, Vrabel should be good going back to his team that he played for all those years, but still a new coach and a new spot, new system, young quarterback, and then
Young
obviously
running back.
Raiders. Yeah, Raiders Pete Carroll, which I just saw today. Did you know he's the oldest coach in NFL history?
Yeah, he's like, I didn't realize he's like fucking, or wow, effing like 75 years old or something. That
Yeah,
dude is old.
74.
74.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He looks
He
pretty
still
good
runs
for his
around.
age. I'll give
He
him that.
does.
Yeah.
He runs around. He throws those gloves on, or is that Harbaugh, or is that both?
I think they both do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the Raiders. Geno Smith, plenty of decent years in the NFL. Max Crosby, obviously a game breaker. Yeah, I might use that as the teaser leg.
Yeah. That's why we get on here, because I absolutely love that teaser leg. Absolutely love it. So thank you for bringing that up. I need to figure out what team I do like to maybe tease it with the Bears. You can get Bears maybe plus 7.5. Really have a hard time seeing Vikings blowing out anyone this year.
On the road.
On the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Ben, Wyatt looking like a cutie with the hairdo. Thank you, man. Yeah, it's been a rough morning. I got up to my little loft, which is about 4 sets of stairs, so a whole lot of physical activity. And I saw my hat downstairs on the table. I'm like, I'm not going back down there for that. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Shoot, my DraftKings is closed. Next game, again, another game that I do have circled here, but I'm not going to bet it because I hate it. This is the Dolphins at the Colts. Colts are a 1.5 point favorite. I'm seeing money. I'm seeing sharps on Miami. I can't lay with Miami. I think that's a good business decision on my end to stay away from this game. I'm not a Miami believer at all. They are the equivalent team to me as Miami Hurricanes in college football. Same exact crap. A ton of talent. They collapse every single year. I don't want to bet Miami, but that's what I'm seeing. Money on Miami, respected follower or respected sharps on Miami. But it's not a game I'm going to bet.
Yeah, I am in the same boat. I still like the Colts, but Colts haven't won week 1 in 10 years. So, yeah, I don't know. And also, again, I just don't know why we're so quick to just write off Miami. They still have Tua as healthy as he'll be. Probably his only healthy week. Tyreek, Waddle, Achan. I mean, dude, this team put up 70 points 2 years ago on Denver, and they've obviously struggled when Tua's out. But Minka Fitzpatrick, I think, is a huge addition to the defense. They feel like one of those teams that we're just expecting to suck, and they probably won't. Honestly, I should look at their win total a little bit deeper before these games kick off because I feel like it's going to be like 6.5. But
For
uh,
Miami.
yeah, yeah. But I lean the Colts, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. But yeah, no play for me there. And I was considering Dolphins in a teaser, but I don't think I will.
Yeah, let me quickly look up Miami's win total here.
Yeah,
Wow. 6.5 at -180. 7.5 at -105.
okay, it's a little higher than I expected, but
Well, that's the 1 p.m. slate. Now we move into the 4 p.m. slate, which I'm not in love with at all. I really do like that 1 p.m. slate. Like I said, I'm on the Falcons, the Giants, and the Jets. Like the Raiders in a teaser. Like Cleveland, but I'm not going to bet Cleveland. And then I do think the sharp play is probably Miami in that game. But let's go to the 4 p.m. slate. Tennessee Titans at the Denver Broncos. Denver 8.5-point favorite. No bet for me. I think Denver rolls, but I can't find a betting opportunity here. I will say the leading touchdown scorer today in that game, or from odds, the favorite to score a touchdown, my boy, Cortland Sutton. Everyone made fun of me for keeping him. Sutton is going to be an absolute dog this year. Sign me up for Sutton. So that would be my only play in this game. A Sutton touchdown. I love it. If you wanted to take a J.K. Dobbins touchdown, I think that's good value as well. Yeah, no bet for me. I don't really care for this game at all.
yeah, maybe Denver in a teaser, take them down to 2.5. Just got to win by a field goal, but I'm having some fears with Denver because I know they're the most popular survivor leg, and the most popular I think has lost the last 2 or 3 years. I will be shocked if Denver loses this game outright at home to a rookie quarterback and a terrible Titans team. But yeah, that's the only way I could look is Denver on the spread, Denver in a teaser. And then kind of, just because you piqued my interest, kind of like Evan Ingram anytime touchdown plus 210.
I like it. I'm a sucker for a good touchdown prop. Next game up also at 4:05, we have the Niners at the Seahawks. Seahawks are 1.5-point home dog. Nothing on this game for me. I like Ricky Pearsall today. I know Juwan Jennings is back, but we really saw Ricky explode at the end of the season last year with Brock Purdy, with also some wide receivers out for the Niners. I think Ricky probably gets into the end zone. That would be my only play in this game. I don't have a prediction on who wins. What did I pick in our show? I picked Seattle because of the home dog, but I don't have a good read on this game.
Yeah, San Fran looks so easy to me. They just look so easy. So, when it's too good to be true, it usually is. So I'm gonna probably stay away from that game. But I think people are holding on to a thought that maybe Seattle's going to be decent this year and San Fran's going to be similar to where they were last year. I think this game puts it to rest. I think San Fran wins big. And I think Seattle has a pretty bad year. I think San Fran has a good year, but it just looks too easy. So I'm going to kick myself when it's 44 to freaking 17. But I think San Fran I think they win this game. I think they probably roll in it. McCaffrey already on the injury report as well.
Yeah, with the calf, with no fantasy owner wants to see. Ben, reading that comment, I read it in both right off the bat. I read it in both Biden's voice and Trump's voice. I think it works for absolutely both of those. That's phenomenal. He has a whole Pete Carroll game plan. I'm assuming that's a quote, but read that in both Trump and Biden's voice. voice, Ben, and I'm just giggling to myself. Um, Game of the day besides Sunday night football for me is Lions and at the Packers. Lions are a 1.5 point dog now, over under 47.5. I'm seeing sharps on Green Bay. I'm seeing respected bettors on Green Bay. I'm seeing the public on Green Bay. This is a game I'm not going to take Green Bay because I'm a Lions fan. That's like taking Ohio State against Michigan, which I did last year, and Michigan won outright. But God, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't love totals, but 47.5. I mean, I could see this game being an absolute shootout. I know you have Micah at D, but I don't think that's as big of a presence as we think it's going to be. I I don't know, man. I have nothing on this game. I'm going to put money on it, and it's ultimately going to lose, but I don't know what I'm going to do. Do you have anything? Lions, Packs?
Um, I think sharp money's on the under. But yeah, I'm not playing side or total. Go Lions. Hope they win. I like David Montgomery anytime touchdown is plus 170. This is a dude that was like minus 200 last year. And yeah, Gibbs is going to have a huge role, but you still get down inside the 5 yard line. It's more than likely going to be Monty. So I'll probably dabble on that. Just feels like you're never going to get that big of a number again this season. So yeah, Monty plus 170 I like. JMO just got paid. Does he score? I think JMO has a big year. I think he scores double-digit touchdowns plus 245. Don't hate that. And then I'm just trying to get the number here. And let's see. Let me see if I can find it. 25 plus. I don't know what the actual line is set at. But 25 plus receiving yards for Jahmyr Gibbs is plus 107. And Morton came out earlier. I don't know if it was back in July or August, said that Gibbs was going to be a big part of the passing game, was going to line up in the slot a little bit. So, I think Gibbs probably has multiple targets, probably 4 or 5 receptions, probably gets over the 25 receiving yards. So I kind of like that as well. I'm curious. Yeah, 4 catches is what his number's set at. So, if he has 4 catches, odds are he probably goes over 25 yards. So I might look at that as well.
Yeah, I like it. Again, I will have bets on this game. Make sure you do follow both me and Ethan on Twitter. I've been doing a really bad job posting my picks on Twitter, but that's a good thing because I have not been doing well in college. But I'll have something on that game. I just don't know what it's going to be. Probably just blindly tail my buddies' parlays and lose. But ride with the squad. That's what we do. Our next game up, no play in this game for me. Texans at Rams. Rams are a 3-point favorite. I got nothing. What do you got?
Nothing. Rams is my lean. But yeah, nothing. That's probably my biggest nothing game of the week. I absolutely no feel for that.
Perfect. Let's skip it. Sunday night, fantastic Sunday night matchup. 8:20 Eastern time. We have Ravens at the Bills. Bills are a 1.5 point home dog, over under 50.5. That's got to be the highest of the weekend. I'm seeing money on money on Ravens, sharps on Ravens. I'm leaning Ravens. I'll definitely have a bet in this game. There's multiple profit boosts across all sports books on this game. So I'm leaning Ravens right now, but that's probably what I'll lock in. Do you have anything?
Yeah, I'll be on the Ravens. That's probably going to be them and the Jets, I think, are going to be my 2 official side plays. Yeah, I like the Ravens. I kind of like the under, honestly. I think it's probably the sharp play. 52 points put up between the two in their playoff game. And, I think obviously everyone's going to want to bet the over in the Sunday night, 2 explosive offenses. It's probably going to climb closer to kickoff. So if you do like the under, I would wait on that. But, yeah, I think Baltimore probably wins like a 24-20 or 24-23.
Yeah. I'm hoping for a good game. It should be a good game. This is always a close, tight matchup. So super excited for Sunday night. And then Monday, our final game of week 1, Vikings at Bears. I love the Bears. I've locked in the Bears plus 2.5. I think the Bears win outright. Again, great teaser leg, like you said. Taking the Bears up to 7.5. I can't see. I mean, the Vikings are overrated every single year. Let's be honest. They find themselves in a 13-2 heading into week 16, and lose first round of the playoffs. So yeah, I mean, I love JJ. I definitely think he's going to have his struggles. He was a system quarterback at Michigan. I'll say it. They had the best defense in the country throughout his college career. They had the best offensive line in the country throughout his college career. Had the best running backs in the country throughout his college career. So he didn't really have to do much. I just don't think the Vikings are going to be good. And I'm not a believer at all in the Bears. I think the Bears are an absolute joke. But I mean, I understand new coach, but it's a fantastic offensive mind in Ben Johnson. I think Caleb Williams is still fine. Running back's a little concerned there for the Bears, but then you got fantastic wide receivers too. So I like the Bears. Like I said, I think they went outright. I got them at +2.5. Again, great teaser leg. And I know you're in agreement on that one as well.
Yeah, that's my lean right now. These little stinkers, though. My book that still offers -110 teasers, which is not accessible to, no, it's a bookie. But these stinkers are only putting +1s out there, no +1.5. So I can't even tease this game right now because for those that don't know, if you push on a teaser, you lose. So the +7 really does me no good. I need that 7.5. But yeah, also we'll probably, I'm assuming, do a live tomorrow before this game. So if we do that, I'll have more concrete bets and thoughts for this game, but definitely lean Bears right now.
I love it. Yeah, we'll be live Monday. I don't know what time, 7:00 Eastern time usually for this game. But before we get off here, best bets, your favorite three. I know you gave 2. Give me your favorite 3 bets for today.
Yeah, Jets +3 and money line. Yeah, probably the Ravens money line, and then let's go for. Yeah, I'm just a little. I would say New York Giants, but I don't know if I'm gonna get there. I'll do that Monty touchdown +170.
God, I love it. I love it. My 3, I'm going to go with my favorite being Atlanta +2.5. I think Atlanta wins outright. I'll also go the Jets +3. I'm going to go the Giants +6.5. I think the Giants win outright as well. So those are going to be my 3 favorite bets. But do you have anything to add? Go ahead.
Yeah, but I was going to mention too, my bookie, I probably shouldn't even say that, but the odds there have Falcons -1. So that could go down to a pick 'em or even -1 on all the other books by the time kickoff. So I do think you're on the right side there. I'm kind of mad that I didn't take that, but maybe I'll just have to tease on a different book.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. I'll, like Wyatt said, follow us on Twitter. We'll tweet out all of our plays, and I'm getting back in our Discord. I don't even know if that's something worth promoting. Probably not, but I'll have the plays in there as well. Probably for the next 3 days, and then I'll forget about it again for 6 months. But yeah, just hope today goes well.
Yeah, Ben does have his Tuesday fantasy fantasy waiver live. So make sure you check in on that for fantasy. Again, we cover it all over here at Better and Green: college football, NFL, UFC, EPL soccer, baseball. We're still going strong on. So make sure you do follow us along. Please like, subscribe, comment. Greatly helps us continue to do this. And hopefully you guys really enjoy week 1 of NFL. I hope you guys win all your bets. I hope your fantasy teams win in every single league. But then until then, guys, we will see you on Monday. See you guys.
See you guys.